Showboating Sports, guys. Man, we are back in the place. All right, we're going to talk tonight about Errol Spence under new management. So De La Hoya had to tweet that out. So we're going to talk about that tonight. That's going to be our discussion. So we're gonna get down to it. But before we do, we are going. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share, and join the circus. Join all of us in here, man. You know, we act a fool, we have fun, and all that stuff. But just make sure that you guys like, subscribe, and share. But anyway, so we're going, without any further ado, as they would say, we're going to talk to you guys about this tonight, just a little bit. Errol Spence under new management. So De La Hoya, every time you turn around, De La Hoya is really being messy. I don't understand about De La Hoya because it just doesn't make sense to me, man. It doesn't make sense to me that De La Hoya keeps talking about how he built Earl, how he did this with Earl, how he did all that. But we all know Earl hit De La Hoya back and said, listen, man, you don't treat black fighters good. Y'all don't treat them good. Earl said it to him. What did De La Hoya do? De La Hoya tucked tail and ran. He didn't say, Earl, I don't know what you're talking about. Earl, my bad. Oscar De La Hoya does not stand up when people say stuff. See, Oscar's messy all the time. And then when people get a little irritated by Oscar, they lash back at Oscar. And then Oscar plays victim. I don't get it about Oscar De La Hoya. He's always playing victim, right? Diana Salute Queen. Where have you been, young lady? We've been here getting busy. Well, we're glad to have you tonight. We're not going to put you on the spot. We're going to let you just go in there and fix your crown, take your robe, sit back, and, lay back and let's enjoy this. So we all going to enjoy this tonight. So, yeah, we got a lot to talk about. You know how we do. We talk about everything else, but we always start out one thing and it leads everything else. You know how this is. We always get busy here. But anyway, like I said, De La Hoya is always taking shots at a lot of different people. And a lot of people get mad at De La Hoya when they take a shot back. Then De La Hoya wants to play victim, right? Oh, yeah, and then phone lines are open. You guys see it going at the bottom of the screen. Phone lines are open. You guys can call in anytime. You know how we do. You want some smoke, you want to give some smoke, feel free, jump on in. But anyway, Pittsburgh T, salute. He said he hates Al Heyman since his black fighter left first. PBC Oscar got a personal vendetta. Oscar sued Al about his management role and lost. Salute. Oh, yeah. He might listen, Pittsburgh T. Look. This is the thing. Oscar De La Hoya said that he could manage Errol Spence, right? Errol Spence said you don't treat black fighters right? But Pittsburgh, check this out. De La Hoya didn't jump back in and say, hey, man, that's not true, or it was a misunderstanding. De La Hoya said nothing. But every time you turn around, he takes a shot. Oh, just like this last time they was talking to him about Crawford and Spence, about the fight. De La Hoya's like, yeah, we built Spence. And it's like, you keep saying you built Spence. You had a lot of good fighters over there, but none of them stayed because you don't treat people correctly. And you know what? I was saying that De La Hoya doesn't really treat black fighters well. That's what they were saying. And that's what Earl said, right? Because Earl was up under him, right? But this is the thing. Oscar don't treat even Mexican fighters right. Oscar don't treat nobody right, man. Nobody wants to stay. You know what I'm saying? Canelo ain't black, but Canelo wanted to get the hell out of there. You know what I'm saying? Ryan wants to get the hell out of there. You know what I'm saying? Oscar De La Hoya has a real problem going on in his head. And I don't understand what these ex-fighters that turn promoters, they know how it is on both ends of the fence. So why do you all keep irritating these boxers when y'all already been there? Said Oscar got emotions. Yep. Petty as hell. Yes, he does. He has emotions. Yep. Exactly what it is. Said, nah, Al is still Earl's advisor. Yeah. So Oscar put this up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put Earl's response up. We're gonna get Earl's response up. So we'll go ahead and let that come on out. Let's go and get Earl's response right on up out of here. Because Earl is quick to say what's on his mind. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like about Earl. Earl doesn't take any anybody's shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? Earl's not with all that. So so Earl goes, chill. Only person managing my boxing career is Al Heyman. He put a lock up her. No key. It's locked. No key. He means him and Al Heyman are locked in. He's not changing up. But what does De La Hoya do? De La Hoya hears about what's going on about Errol Spence. So the first thing De La Hoya does is, hey, let me get out here and tweet something, right? Instead of worrying about taking care of my fighters. See, Earl signed with a management company called Fighters First Management Company, right? It's a guy named Adrian Clark. And what Adrian is, Adrian has been helping Earl over the years since like, I think like 2012, 2012, 2014. It's been there for a while. He's been helping Earl for a while, right? So he's been a part of the team. And Al is where Earl first started out in the beginning, because Earl tells you that all the time. Al Heyman came to him and said, hey, what do you see yourself like when you retire and the money you put back, right? So Earl was like, I wasn't even thinking about that stuff. But his father turned him on to Al Heyman. So Errol Spence Earl is a loyal type dude, man. He's not gonna let somebody get him where he's going and just crap on him if they're a key figure within his group, right? Now I know some people gonna say, well, he didn't stay with Blu-ray. I don't understand his thing with Blu-ray. You know, sometimes he worked with Blu-ray, sometimes he didn't. Now he got somebody different. I don't know what that whole dynamic of that is, right? But that's just somebody that Earl hired, right? But these other people have been with Earl a little bit longer than Blu-ray has been, right? So, but I still don't know. But, you know, Earl is, to me, when it comes to his business, he's about his business. Al Heyman has advised him for so long. Why would Earl do anything different than go with Al Heyman? Doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. You know, it just doesn't. So there you have it. You know, on that part. Let me see what y'all said. Hold on, let me get back in here. All right. She said, look at what he just did with Ryan. Yeah. Left Ryan right there at the spot. Pittsburgh said, Ryan Garcia is his number one cash cow. Oscar didn't even show up to the press conference after the Tank Davis fight. You were right, Pittsburgh. Sure didn't. Tune, salute, fam. Yeah. So you look at it. So you look at it like this. What is wrong with these damn promoters? Can y'all please tell me that? You know what I'm saying? Like Floyd Mayweather. This ain't about Floyd, but I'm gonna throw Floyd in there too, right? Because you got Floyd. Floyd, every time you start talking about anything about boxing or his boxers, Floyd always talks about Floyd. You know what I'm saying? It's like, Floyd, you already made your hundreds of millions of dollars though. But I can say this. Floyd did an awesome job with Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? But it still goes that these promoters, the way they act like they have never been boxers. They understand what boxers go through, right? So why wouldn't Oscar De La Hoya be showing out? Right now, Oscar, think about this, man. I don't understand this about rich people. Please tell me. Rich people got this messed up thing in their head that some money ain't a lot of money, ain't enough money for them. Like, think about it like this. De La Hoya has Ryan Garcia. All he's got to do is get Ryan fights, make Ryan happy, make the fights that Ryan want him to make, and he make money in the meantime. But that doesn't make him happy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I got to make more. I got to control more. And Ryan Garcia has repeatedly been into it with De La Hoya over the years. Canelo has been into it with De La Hoya over the years. I don't know why, but it's something that De La Hoya is doing that's irritating those guys, right? But at the end of the day, you work for those guys. You know what I'm saying? You are their promoter. You work for them. But the problem is these promoters feel like the fighters work for them. See, they put these fighters in a long contract. Then they treat them like crap. And by treating them like crap, they dictate stuff. And if the fighters don't do what they tell them to do, you know what they do? They put those fighters on the shelf. Look at Bob Arum. Bob Arum put Mikey Garcia on the shelf. Took Mikey Garcia 2 years to get out of that contract. Andy Ruiz had to fight to get his contract. Floyd Mayweather said he paid $700,000 to get out of his contract with Bob Arum. He said, and just off of 2 or 3 fights, he made 700 million. He made that money 700 million, not 700,000, 700 million. See, Bob Arum said black fighters don't sell. That's what he said. But then Floyd showed him black fighters do sell. Fighters sell that have talent. See, that's the narrative. It's about rich people or people in power being bullies at all time. Bob Arum has been in the game for years, right? The person that brought Bob Arum in was Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali started top ranked because of what happened about Don King not treating him right. Don King was treating all his fighters like crap. Don King was starting it, treating everybody like crap. So Muhammad Ali got his lawyer, which was Bob Arum, right? And Bob Arum, he had already started top rank. So he brought Bob Arum in. So Bob Arum has top rank. But Bob Arum doesn't do nothing for nobody but Bob Arum, really, right? He controls their career. When you come in, he gets you a belt. When you sign with him, you're going to get the WBO. That comes automatic, right? And then he's going to do his agenda. See, Bob Arum's agenda is, how can I make more money? Bob Arum is almost 500 years old, people. You know what I'm saying? This dude was around before America was even started. And Bob Arum has been dictating stuff ever since, right? So Bob Arum likes fighting over in the UK. He takes his fighters, fight over in the UK, make the UK money. That's Bob Arum's recipe. Everybody has a recipe to success. I'm dying of crazy. So that's his recipe. He'll take a fighter and he'll build their career up and he'll take them overseas and he like overseas fighters. That's just Bob Arum's thing. But he feels like that's going to make him a lot of money. Well, if that's going to make you a lot of money, how the hell did Floyd Mayweather leave your team and make almost $1 billion? So it lets you know something you are doing is wrong. But what does Bob Arum do? Bob Arum just says, I'm going to stick to my gun. I'm going to stay and do business the way I want to do it, right? Stubborn. He's old. I mean, Bob Arum's an older dude. He's stuck in his ways, and he's not going to bend for nobody. He doesn't have to, right? He feels like everybody's got to bend for him, And he says black fighters don't sell. He lost money on Terrence Crawford. Well, I guarantee you Al Heyman won't lose money on Terrence Crawford. They ain't lost money on Spence. And Bud is talented. So it ain't Bud, it's his promotional company. You know what I'm saying? It ain't Loma, it's the promotional company. He said that Loma is good, if not better than Muhammad Ali, right? That's what he said. Well, Muhammad Ali name carries weight. That's the same Muhammad Ali started top rank and brought you into the business. And now you saying that a guy that had 8-10 fights is better than him, right? What does that tell you? You know what I'm saying? So Bob Arum has his own way of doing it, but that's just what all these promoters do. So I don't understand why Oscar De La Hoya feels like he wants to go down that same road. He would rather lose his fighters than treat fighters correctly and make money. This dude steps over dollars to pick up pennies. And I'll repeat that. He steps over dollars to pick up pennies. All he's got to do is treat his fighters correctly, promote them correctly, get them the fights. Now, I understand that certain fighters, you got to know when to get them good fights, when to pull them back. But when Ryan Garcia was coming up, he should have said, hey, Ryan, you need to take his fight. Ryan, you need to take that fight. And make sure that Ryan took some fights that was going to help him and promote it, right? Ryan is a heartthrob. The little girls love him on social media. It's not because of De La Hoya. It's because of Ryan. Or they like Ryan because Ryan, handsome little kid, and them little kids love Ryan, right? So he's huge on social media. Plus, he's got a magnetic personality. You know what I mean? When Ryan talks and plays and do all this stuff, a lot of people like that. So Ryan basically built himself, right? It's because he embraces social media. Now, Terrence Crawford doesn't embrace social media. Errol Spence embraces it a little bit, right? Now, further in their career, they're embracing it a little bit more because, now they are. But in the beginning, they both wasn't really doing too much of it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that's how you make your money. You know what I'm saying? It's all about advertisement. It's all about advertising you, your brand, and all about you as your own promotional company. So, but like I said, Oscar has repeatedly always throw his blows. He had Errol Spence, and Errol Spence got out of there. He had a whole bunch of other fighters. You know what I'm saying? Whole bunch of other fighters, but he did not treat them right. That's Oscar all day long. You know what I'm saying? But to clear the air, Errol Spence says he is still locked in with Al Heyman. Al Heyman is his advisor. See, when you treat people right, this goes to show when you treat people right, they loyal. You'll make way more money off of them, and they'll stick with you. Errol Spence is not leaving Al Heyman, people, but De La Hoya is acting like a messy chick. You know what I'm saying? Oscar De La Hoya is in his fishnets and his skirt at all times because he's acting like a messy chick, man. He had like like somebody cheated on him and he's got to get back at him. You know what I'm saying? Oscar has this little thing. I don't know if he stays on his period 24/7. I don't know what's wrong with Oscar. You know what I mean? But he's always in his feelings, man. Oscar is always in his feelings, dude. And it's sad. It's sad, man. He was one of the best boxers of his era, right? And he's now walking around in the house, high heels, fishnets, skirts. I'm just alleging. I'm not saying it because knowing Messi Oscar, he might try to sue Showboating Sports, right? He might try to sue me, man, right? And the few pennies I'm making off of there, he might try to get half of that. Yeah, emotions. Yeah, that's what he has. He has emotions. That's you exactly right. So De La Hoya is sitting somewhere, probably, I say probably, allegedly. I ain't saying it's a fact. He and his little lingerie, fishnet lingerie, his little wig on, sipping on his drinks, doing whatever, and figuring out how he can get back at the fighters that left him. He acts like a woman scorned. Oscar is a female scorned, dude. That's what it is. He's scorned. He's mad because they was in a bad relationship, you know, and they left. You know what I mean? They were in a relationship with Oscar, well, a work relationship. Let me clear that up for those people. Those boxers was in a working relationship with Oscar. He didn't treat them right. They left, and now Oscar is scorned. He's scorned with a bad wig. You know what I'm saying? Y'all saw Oscar in that wig. Y'all saw it. Y'all know it wasn't me.
Call from
Pittsburgh T.
To accept.
Showboating Sports, Pittsburgh T, you on. How you doing, my man?
What's happening, brother? Love the show, man. Love your content as always.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Love your content, brother.
Thanks, man. Content. Well, I'm gonna turn the floor over to you, but I just ask, please help me with keeping the profanity down because I only make like 2 cents a month on YouTube, and they trying to take half of that from me. You know what I'm saying? So keep the profanity down. Hey, and the floor is yours, my man.
Will do. I think, like, look, since the fight, the fight that we've all wanted to happen has happened. I think at this point, I kind of took a step back from it at some point because it almost turned into a defense mechanism with some of the narratives that were being pushed and some of the things that are being said, even in this instance, and you never hear people come back and correct some of the nonsense that they're saying because unbeknownst to them, they don't even know where they get the stuff that they say, not even realizing what they're saying. And at some point, it looks to me, this is the way I look at it, as being a 40-plus-year-old man, I see these things and I see what people are saying. And sometimes you can tell when people don't know what they're saying because when you start adding up and you still really ask the details of the things, it gets lost. And when you look at the source of some of these things, some of these bigger players, that's where the origination of these things come from. And they're being pushed out like these promoters that have problems with the PBC. So to bring it back to full circle, Al Heyman and Bob Arum, at one point, he wouldn't even acknowledge Al Heyman. He would say that he's overpaying them. Who's Al Heyman? Oscar De La Hoya, the same exact thing. You know, they all tried to not do business with. So some of these narratives that these guys push, and some of these people, they just take information because they want to have the inside scoop. So they just push it out, not really vetting the information, but they want to be first. So they don't even care where it comes from. And a lot of people have followings. So the followings are listening to them because they're giving them information to what they perceive as being first, even though it's a narrative being pushed. And it never gets corrected because they're not news reporters, so they don't have to come back and say, hey, we want to retract the statement or correct the statement. That never happens. No matter how false it is. It don't matter. You know, they make up dates, they make up agreements, they make contracts up, And a lot of times, some of the stuff we find out is just complete bogusness. So I think over time, when people start linking this stuff together and they really go back and track some of this stuff, you could see where the source of a lot of this stuff comes from. And it's really not the YouTubers. A lot of times, the YouTubers get played and they don't realize they're getting played. And some of them do realize they're getting played, but they never go back and correct the record. That's where their fault lies. It's not that you got bad information, because you can only report the information that you get. The problem is that when you realize you got bad information, you would need a logical person will go back and correct the record and say, hey, look, I made a mistake. This is what I was told. However, that was not true. This is it. Because you don't hear anybody saying PBC ain't got no money no more. When all the fights since last year, we can go back Showtime. Think about it. All the way back to last year with the Canelo fight up until this year. Who put all the big fights on?
PBC.
Yeah, every single last one of them. Every single last one of them. You don't hear nobody saying nothing. No correction coming out. Nobody retracting any of that stuff, correcting any of that stuff. None of that stuff. So yeah, there's some people feel like they have to do that too, in order to prop up their fighter. That whole Terrence Crawford thing, it becomes like I got to throw darts at PBC and shit on Errol's resume. I'm sorry, because I put down Errol's resume in order for you to push up your resume, which it shouldn't be like that. So I think people are more aware of it. Unfortunately, these guys, I think the integrity just isn't there with this because it's really new, and there's no really body going after these folks like that. Like unless you're going out like real crazy, like Sasha K, where you're just blatantly lying and you know you're lying, and somebody's telling you it, and somebody's coming after you financially, it's probably not going to change anymore. I just think the listeners have to be more intelligent and more of an open mind to where they just don't take everything as an open book, because it's not like sometimes you can, like I said, you can report a thing and not know the thing is false. So it might not necessarily be the person who's giving it to you that they're in cahoots with the person. They got information. So they're just pushing the information. So, I mean, to all of that, that's why I bring up this Oscar thing, because him and Bob push a lot of narratives out, and you see a lot of this stuff, and that's where a lot of this stuff originates from. That's where, to me, in my opinion, that's where most of it comes from. Because it all sounds the same. And we can go back years and years and years, and it all sounds exactly the same. It's just a new little twist on it. It doesn't really change that.
Right.
Don't change. You know, we go back years on this stuff. This ain't new. Al got sued by Bob Arum and Oscar De La Hoya for his quote-unquote status as being a manager and promoter, correct? Both those guys. And they both lost. And you hear people saying it, well, we know Al ain't no, he's really a manager. I don't care what they say. Okay, if he is or isn't, the court say he ain't.
Right, exactly.
The law say he ain't. And if he ain't, let's say he is, the fighter ain't complaining about it, so what you got a problem with it for?
Exactly. I agree with you on that one, bro.
Yeah, the fighter ain't complaining about it. Ain't nobody missing no money. You even got fighters that are naming their children after him because of what they felt like he did for them. Now you could say you can disrespect the man that did that and call him all kind of names, but that would just show that how much that man has reverence for him and what he did for him and his family. That he does something like that. That's not nothing to be taken lightly. I just think this new generation, we take things too lightly as adults and as men and as women that we shouldn't. Because for a man to entrust, like if you entrust me to be your manager with your money or your accountant with your money, and I've been there for years, that says a lot about me and you and our relationship, our business acumen, our business relationship. And then not only that, I put you on other people and nobody's complaining. Because one thing men don't play with is our money.
Exactly.
At all.
Exactly.
So I just don't understand how people on the outside know more. And I'm going to say this one last piece, I'm going to put it to bed. How can all these people they know what Al Heyman is saying, and I personally have never heard the man do an interview. I've never even heard his voice. But they
Yep.
know what Al Heyman thinking. They know what Al Heyman saying. Like it's just madness. It's utter and complete craziness. I just think we got to be a little bit more critical when we hear some of these stories. Some of this stuff is information, and like I said, it's not at fault to the YouTubers because obviously YouTubers don't work for networks.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever they got the information from is probably somebody higher up that pushed their information out at the source. And it's like any other saying that we have. From the source is one thing, but the time it's filtered down to you, it then got contaminated with some stuff.
Oh, exactly.
And it's up to you to filter that out.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. A lot of times they put out false information just so you go out there and look like a fool, just to put out crazy stuff sometimes.
Yeah, and it's a negotiation. It could be a tactic too, depending on what they're negotiating. Could be a fight they try to negotiate. Could be a fighter's contract. We see it with the NBA. They do it, and the NFL more so the NFL. Where it gets close to a guy's contract expiration, and they're trying to move him, and they basically try to talk trash about the guy to limit the amount of money he's gonna get from other teams to damage his reputation.
Mm-hmm.
Fighters do. I mean, promotional companies do the same thing. Why wouldn't it?
Yep. Yep. You are absolutely right.
To keep you locked in. I mean, I just was saying we just have to use a little bit of logic, and on top of that, experience doesn't mean your experience might not be. It might be great for you. I might be experienced 40 years in a situation, but that might not be good for your particular situation. And we might have been done business for like 20 years, and I decided one year, you know what, Showtime, this is it. I'm going to go with somebody else. That doesn't mean I hate your guts. That doesn't mean you were terrible. That just means I'm moving on and going to do business other places.
Right.
Like we tie in personal stuff with business all the time, and we should not do that. Because one thing has nothing to do with the other. I mean, a foolish man, a fool with his money will depart soon. I mean, some term of that. I know you've heard it. Everybody's
a fool
heard
with his
that
money
thing.
will soon depart.
Correct. So you can't get personal with business. That business and your personal feelings about things, those two things don't go together. Mm-hmm. And you see people get scammed all the time because they do it by relationships or somebody's celebrity, and they don't actually go through the business of what's going on. But when people have business with somebody over a period of time of years, not days, not months, of years, and they're not complaining, I mean, that says a lot for a person.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think we got to be a little bit more critical with all of this stuff. These promoters are promoters. They're human beings. They have flaws. A lot of these guys are ex-fighters, and they have big egos, which also, to me, that plays a big part of it, too, is the ego part of it. Mm-hmm. Which, I don't know, some of these guys are a little bit more egotistical than others who kind of see it. We don't know in person, but we can tell by the movements that some of these guys make that it's just not, it ain't what we would have imagined. I think they put, to me, I'm going to say this and I'm going to close out. I think this whole situation with PBC is like, I remember when Floyd used to fight. I was not a fan of Floyd and the way that he treated his father and some of the other extracurricular stuff he did. But because he was getting so much attack from the media, from some of the things that were being said about him, HBO and some of the like, it made you defend him, even though you didn't personally agree with a lot of the stuff he did. And that's what they're doing with PBC. So it's not like you're a defender of PBC, but it's like, wait a minute, why do we have to go all the way to this extreme right here when we're not doing this to anybody else? So it puts you in a weird spot. I thank you for your show, brother. I don't want to talk too long. I think I took up more enough time than I need to kind of vet out my point here. Appreciate your show, and I appreciate the calm of the show, my brother.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming in, man. Always, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. See, I like when people call in. It's got good sense like that, right? Because they make it seem like we all don't understand what's going on. We all definitely understand what's going on. And like he said, you get these people in here, they all out there in their feelings, and that's exactly what it is, And Oscar's just one of those dudes that, the thing about it is they all feel like if you're making money, you taking money away from them, right? But instead of going there treating people right, so Al Heyman came in with a really good reputation, right? He came in, he did a lot of good stuff in the music business. Brian S. Salute. Will people salute? Salute. Oh man, we were talking about Earl Spence under new management, and the Oscar De La Hoya felt like he'd be a messy little chick and go in there and say some stuff and his little feelings and stuff. 8 Mile salute. And so Earl set him straight. So this is what he said. Congratulations to Earl Spence Jr. and his new manager advisor. And so Earl, being what Earl does, Earl responded, which I like. Earl always responds. And he said, chill. Only person managing my boxing career is Al Heyman. Locked, no key, meaning he's locked in with Al Heyman. That's his response. See, that's when you treat a fighter right, correctly. He will go to war and defend what's out there for you, for himself, and put all that stuff to rest, right? That's if you treat people good. Oscar hasn't treated anybody any good. No matter what Earl does, Oscar shows up. Now, we all know that Oscar had Earl at one point trying to work with Earl, right? And then Oscar had a lot of young fighters. But guess what Oscar didn't do? He didn't treat them right. Al Heyman gets with these guys, start talking to them about the future, start talking to them about how to make money, manage money, and how to keep your money, right? Because Al Heyman knows one thing, and this is what I have said. When you make money out of people, let them make money, right? And then you're going to make more money because they're going to make sure they're going to keep coming to you. They're going to turn other people on you, right? So Al makes money by giving them advice, right? That was Al's way into the door, right? Well, Bob Arum, like Pittsburgh said, it just came off the call. Al Heyman and Top Rank, well, Bob Arum sued Al Heyman, and so they always try to sue Al Heyman. They all try to say, well, Al Heyman is this, because they feel like Al Heyman is taking a piece of their pie, because they'll gang up on you real quick. AAR salute. So they feel like they're going to gang up on you like they did Triller. When Triller came in, everybody didn't want to do business with Triller, and guess what happened? It put Triller in a bad situation. Same thing with BLK Prime. When they came in, I already knew it was going to be hard for BLK Prime to be successful, because think about this. Do you think that you're the only one with a few $1 million? There's a lot of millionaires. So why don't a lot of millionaires run into the boxing place? They can't, because it's not regulated. And the people that regulate it on their own are like Bob Arum. They work like gangsters. You know what I'm saying? So Bob Arum is always stirring the pot and doing some stuff. Bob Arum comes from the era of Don King. Don King played dirty all the time. I told y'all before, Don King was going to have Bob Arum knocked off. Remember I told y'all that, right? And so Bob Arum actually checked Don King. They were sitting down talking. So Bob Arum asked him, yeah, did you do blah, 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 right? And then Don King said, nah, it wasn't like that. Well, Don King really was going to have Bob Arum knocked off. But Bob Arum had ties with some mob people, and they told Don King that if something happens to Bob Arum, you will the same thing. You'll die the same day. They told him that. They told him, and Don King admitted that, right? Don King done killed somebody before. Y'all do know that, correctly? Don King has killed a man before. I think 1 or 2 back when he was used to running numbers. Don King used to run numbers a long time ago, and that's how he started making money. He took that money, started putting it in the boxing, started making money off of that. So Bob Arum has always been about not Bob Arum. I'm sorry. Don King has always been about money. It was Don King that did it. He used to run numbers. Y'all have heard about the number man, right? In the neighborhood. You guys don't know about it? That's how a lot of people make money in the neighborhood, making money, right? They all took money and they all gambled, right? And so that's what the 40s and all that. And that's what the states and the governments are using now, right? That's the stuff that poor people did to have lottery in their communities. So that's what Don King did. So Don King made plenty of money. So Don King was screwing over everybody because he almost had a monopoly. So he screwed over Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali started top rank. He brought in his lawyer, who was Bob Arum. He brought out Bob Arum in. So Don King didn't like it. Don King and Bob Arum start bumping heads over the years, and Don King was going to have Bob Arum knocked off. That's how it was going to happen. So fast forward up until now. Don King ain't really in the picture, really, because Don King is like, what, 92, 91, 92? Life done kicked his tail a little bit. And Bob Arum is like 91, right? So they still got those old school tactics. You know what I'm saying? Not maybe knocking each other off, but they still got the old school tactics of, I'm going to control everything, the fighter and every aspect of it. And that's how Bob Arum operates. So Bob Arum operates still under that. So Bob Arum wants to control it. But when you get fighters that say, I'm worth more, I can do more, you're not speaking Bob Arum's language. So he said black fighters don't sell. So then you had Floyd Mayweather go, oh, black fighters don't sell? I'm out of here. So Floyd leaves, right? Pacquiao had a problem with Bob Arum. Everybody has a problem with Bob Arum. Bob Arum always manipulating everything, saying who sells what, who don't. It's Bob Arum. Bob Arum does not want to put money into people. He doesn't build fighters up like that. Now he does a little bit of manipulating stuff like he does. Let me say, he doesn't build them to the magnitude that Floyd Mayweather does. Bob Arum builds them like how he wants them. Like, I build them up enough. I'd say you this, blah, blah, blah. And, he pulls that, like he did. And I'm speaking of how he done Lomachenko. As soon as he comes in, oh man, he had such a great amateur career. Who gives a heck? Nobody don't care what you did in your amateur career. Nobody cares about the Olympics. This is the pros. We want to see the best fight the best, and we want to see you're going to. Now, can he fight? Yes, he can fight. Is he better, as good as Muhammad Ali and all the rest of these fighters that came before him? Who knows? I don't think so, right? But the point is, you got to prove that. You can't come in with 9 fights saying that you're the best to ever do it. That was a lie. That's just what Bob Arum does, right? So you had people go off on their own and make more money. Errol Spence, what happened? Floyd leaves. Floyd makes almost $1 billion after he lost him. Mikey Garcia left, goes with Al Heyman. Mikey Garcia makes money, right? They all had to fight to get out of their contract and made more money real quick after Bob Arum, right? And that's thanks to Al Heyman and Floyd. But Al Heyman and Floyd teamed up. So what Al Heyman does is he makes sure that no matter what business deals that he's in, he treats people fairly. He's always had a real good name for himself. That's why you see the artist Drake. Drake puts in one of his rap, I'm making that Al Heyman money. He bragging because Al Heyman, when you with Al Heyman, you're going to make money. Al Heyman ain't out in the spotlight trying to steal all your spotlight. Al Heyman ain't trying to take your girls out in public. I don't know what he's doing behind closed doors, right? But I know he's treating people pretty good, right? So when these new fighters come in, as soon as they come in, he said, okay, this fighter's a good fighter. I'm going to help you make money and help you protect your money. He did Earl that way. He did Deontay Wilder that way. He's doing all these guys that way. He's doing them all. Do you hear any of these people saying, do you hear Mikey Garcia saying he hates PBC? Have you ever heard him say that? Have you heard anybody say it? Now, Adrian Broner is just going to be a problem child. That's just Adrian Broner. He's got a problem with everybody. That's just Adrian Broner, right? But he messed up by leaving. So it just comes back to say this. It goes back down on each individual promoter. And De La Hoya is a messy chick. That's what he is. De La Hoya is a messy chick. De La Hoya is upset because all his men's left. All the men's left. They stopped wanting to box for him because he wasn't treating them right. They was in unhappy marriage. So they left. You know what I'm saying? It was like they was married to him. You know what I'm saying? So they all left. So Don King probably whacked a whole lot of folks. I know he definitely whacked somebody on. He definitely beat a dude to death. He definitely did. Said Al Heyman's a stone cold gangster. Ghost for real. Hey, Al Heyman knows one thing, man. Al Heyman understands I'm gonna make money and I'm gonna let you make some money, and I'm gonna have longevity. If you cross Al Heyman, you're gonna have cross it's gonna be a whole lot of people. That's one person you don't want to mess with. Somebody like Al Heyman who's treated people correctly. People made a lot of money off Al Heyman, and people feel like they owe him. You know what I'm saying? One of my friends told me this. And I'm gonna share it with you guys. It's some damn good. It's a damn good. It's a damn good analogy, or whatever you want to call it. You know they say, fear lasts longer than love. I'd rather be feared because love will get you killed, right? So if people fear you, one of my homeboys said, nah, I wouldn't want to be either one of those. He said, because fear will get you killed and love will get you killed. I'd rather be needed. When people need you, they'll make sure you're okay. Anybody that needs you and needs something from you will always make sure you good because they need something from you. So that's what I be. And that's what Al Heyman has done. Al Heyman has put people in a situation where they need him and want him, meaning they need him where he goes out and he helps them make really good business moves. And with that being said, you're going to make sure that guy is good. You know what I'm saying? You're going to make sure Al Heyman is good. Everybody's going to make sure Al Heyman is good. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So there you have it. Joshua, salute. He said G.O.L. Cabron Cabrera under Fighters First Management. See, there you go. So you already know. But what did Messi De La Hoya do? Messi De La Hoya figured like he go in there and throw a blow at Spence because Spence left him. You know what I mean? Everybody left him because he don't treat people right. He want to sit around and treat you like crap. And he wants to put on his wigs and his lingerie and go do what he does. And he thinks you're supposed to stay through all that. That doesn't happen. Yeah. So if your brother's there, I'm sure your brother's got something really good to say about it. You know what I mean? But De La Hoya, you're gonna make it seem like it's a problem. But let me ask you this. Is Al Heyman, PBC, ain't that still your brother's advisor? Does your brother get to talk to Al Heyman, or is he still, you know what I mean? I don't know how that works. So could you shed some light on that? Because like Spence said, he's still locked in with Al Heyman. Al Heyman still manages his career. And the thing about Al Heyman that I like is he tell fighters that if you do this, we'll make sure that you're still going to be taken care of. So win or lose your title, we'll get you another fight. He tells that to people. He helps people out. He gives people opportunity. If you lose, all you got to do is stay with them, you know? Well, which fighter was that wanted to leave Al Heyman them PBC and left? And then when he left, he saw the grass wasn't greener on the other side. I think he went to zone and was begging for his way to come out. Was that oh my God. Was that I can't think of his name right now. I can't think of his name right now. Because he got mad at Floyd too. I think he got mad at one of them got mad at Floyd. Adrian Clark handles all that for Gio. Okay, so Adrian, good friend with Errol Spence. Yeah. Adrian Clark has been around for with Spence for all them years. They said Adrian said that he's been around helping Spence all that time. So yeah, that's cool. And so okay, cool. All that for Gio. Okay, cool. Was it Boo Boo? No, I don't think it was Boo Boo. It wasn't Boo Boo. It was not when Andre either. It was Nietzsche Smith. What's his name? Something Smith. He was in that. What's up? Salute, Mr. Richardson. It was Nietzsche. What's his name? Smith. He was in that tournament. He was in that tournament with the Snake and all them. They were on. It was before Andre Ward and them. They fought on TV. They fought on. What was that with? They all fought Ishe Smith. Yep, that's who it is. Ishe Smith. Yeah, they fought on there with God, my mind drawing a blank tonight. Remember that tournament that what's name did? Rocky them. What's name made Rocky? Y'all know what I'm talking about, man. Tonight, my mind ain't doing it all tonight, guys. I'm all over the board. But anyway, Ishe Smith was on there. You know what I'm saying? Ishe Smith was on there. Yeah, no, it was before the Super Six. What was it called on there? You know what I'm saying? Sylvester Stallone. You remember Sylvester Stallone came out and Sylvester Stallone had that little thing where they all was fighting in a tournament. This is before the Super Six. I forgot what it was called. but it was right before that. It was a few people on there, but Ishe Smith was on there. Him and Sergio, all those guys was on there, right? And I think it was Ishe Smith. I know he was mad at Floyd. Ishe was mad at Floyd, but I don't know if it was the same one. But it was either Ishe or somebody else that was mad, wanted to leave PBC because they wanted to go. I don't know if they was upset, but they wanted to go to the Zone or someplace like that. The Contender. There you go. There you go. There you go. Appreciate it, Joshua. The Contender. That's what it was. See, one of my homeboys was on the Contender. Yeah. He was on the Contender. Yeah. The Contender was pretty good, man. That was before the 6 came out. Yeah, Super 6 came out. That's kind of where they got that little idea from, it seems like. But that show was mean, man. Hey, that show was mean. I love the Contender. The Contender was good, bruh. The Contender was good. It was a really good show. I don't know why they stopped funding that show, why they took that show off. That was a really good show. Yep. The dude named Joel, that's one of my homeboys, and he was on that show, man. He didn't do too good. But yeah, man. So like I said, you got to stick with people. You got to keep people on your team that look out for you. And that's what they were saying about, they was asking Bud about that. And Bud was talking highly about how he's still with his team. He said a lot of people that trading teams up, a lot of times they don't have people they can trust and they don't keep a good people around them. So it's good when you see people that keep a good team around them, people that they can trust. And so, hey, I don't know why they took it off the air, but it was good. Winner won and share it with Oscar. Yeah. Contender was awesome, bro. Yeah, appreciate that, Joshua. I couldn't. Hey, my mind was gone, bro. My mind was gone. So it's cool. You know what I mean? And you don't never hear nobody saying, man, only person you hear right now talking trash about Al Heyman PBC is Adrian Broner. Now there are some YouTubers, I'm not gonna call them out. There's certain YouTubers out there that's always PBC going broke and got nothing good to say about PBC. But if you look at the backstory on that, it was because of how they treated and acted that PBC wouldn't let them come back and have their press pass. That's how it all started. But I ain't gonna call them out. I ain't gonna call them out by name, but that's kind of how it started. So I don't know if they put it out there as a personal vendetta or not. I'm not sure. But you only hear very few people talking bad about PBC. Very few. Because you can make money with PBC, man. You know what I'm saying? And PBC is winning. PBC is winning. And hey, don't be surprised if Devin Haney comes over and signs with PBC. If Devin Haney signs with PBC, then PBC owns 135 in the Bills. Wouldn't that be crazy? That'd be crazy, bro. That'd be crazy. That would be really crazy. Yeah. If PBC gets those belts, those undisputed belts at 135, it's good. Dude, PBC is closing it down. They locking the doors down. You know what I'm saying? They locking the doors down, man. Listen, if you're smart, you go with PBC. If you're smart, you know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna make a little bit of money. And PBC putting on the hits, bruh. PBC is putting on the hits. This Errol Spence Jr. and T. Bud Crawford, everybody that is on that undercard, it's gonna be so many people that see them. And shout out to you, Joshua, you and your brother Gio. Because listen, that right there is great. Push y'all, dude. That's great. Put y'all out there right where y'all want to be, where everybody can see it. And hey, I hope the best for you. I'm rooting for him to win that and beat Pitbull Cruz. Wouldn't that be something, boy? Hey, boy, if your brother beats Pitbull Cruz, dude, hey, man, you gotta show us some videos of how y'all celebrate, man. You gotta let us see that, man. You gotta give us some inside scoops on that, bro. Because we rooting for him, man. We rooting for y'all, man. We are rooting for him. Yeah. It's crazy, man. But hey, once you cross PBC, where do you go? So the question is, where does Adrian Broner go? Adrian Broner's getting ready to retire. He's gonna have to, man. He signed with Don King, and Don King gets you one of those contracts that's in perpetuity. Like, you don't get out of his contract. Those contracts keep going and going and going. I know a boxer that said he had one of those contracts, and that's what John King was trying to get him to sign right before he said, man, I just went and retired. couldn't get the fights. He said, I damn sure wasn't signing with Don King. So he was telling me what it was all in his contract, right? And you remember the guy I had on the show a long time ago, Lonzo Butler? Wilder brought him in for the as a sparring partner. So he was always, Wilder brought him in a lot for sparring partners. So they go way back. And so he was trying to sign so he can get some good fights too. And yeah. So he was reading it off to me too, man. Tell me about what the contract says. And he said, man, that contract is, man, he said, you don't want to fool with Don King, man. And now Adrian Broner's over there with Don King. I don't know how Adrian Broner's gonna make it out of that, right? I don't. But Adrian Broner's at that part of his career that, he ain't, I think it was the wrong move for leaving PBC, but I guess he was frustrated with how things are going. And, whatever's going on with Adrian Broner outside the ring, he's pulling that crap inside the ring. You know what I'm saying? With all that stuff, I don't know if it's an addiction. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on with Adrian Broner, but something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And Adrian Broner can fight. Well, used to fight. He just won't let his hands go. But you don't cross PBC, man. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have done it because they're going to always look out for you. You know what I'm saying? But Adrian Broner wants to go and box Mayweather for $100 million, And I'm like, he told me, man, if he supposed to be my boy, he should box me where we make this kind of money. And I'm like, man, why would Floyd want to do that? Why would Floyd want to do that? I mean, I know you Floyd's boy, but Floyd, I mean, you making money. You know what I'm saying? Floyd ain't gonna come back. And what if you get lucky and knock Floyd out? That might be a fight you decide to let your hands go, and Floyd wasn't expecting it. He get knocked out for trying to help you out. You know what I mean? But I like AB though. I really do. I like AB. I really do. They say AB is a really good dude, man. But I hate that him and Floyd, I don't know their love-hate relationship. He's always trashing Floyd, and then it bled over to the PBC. And I don't think Al Heyman's gonna play that game. So salute, ATL, salute, fam. Yeah, so I think that's why they cut ties with him, man. You know what I'm saying? But that lets you know who's a good promoter and who's not. De La Hoya ain't a good promoter, when it comes to that. Like you said, De La Hoya left Ryan Garcia after he lost. You know what I'm saying? You don't do your fighter like that. Then he came up talking about he had death threats and all kind of other stuff. And man, we all know that's a lie, man. And if you had death threats, you inside the arena where all the security is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You got all the security out there. You got all these celebrities out there inside. You got LeBron. You got all these big time celebrities out there inside that arena. They all comfortable. So it's a lot of security out there. So De La Hoya said he had to leave a well-secured place, got out of there because people was making death threats. He'd already had some death threats. Come on, man. Said Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman should be much busier with PBC. They would be busy if they go ahead and take the fights. Danny Garcia is fighting a little bit. Danny Garcia only fights like once a year anyway. Danny always taking time off. I think that's one of Danny's problems. He take a little too much time off. Keith Thurman just ain't wanting to make the fight. Keith Thurman does not want to fight Boots. And Boots ain't with PBC. I think he's tied in some kind of way through Showtime and that. But Boots ain't signed to PBC. But I'm sure they got something worked out where he will fight and they'll fight back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So it's something there. Maybe he might have already signed. But at the end of the day, man, Keith Thurman can fight. Keith Thurman can go make that fight if he wants it. But Keith Thurman is waiting on Crawford and Spence. Keith Thurman is waiting for a great big old payday. That's what Keith Thurman is waiting on. You know what I'm saying? And it's silly. You don't wait on stuff like that, bro. You don't want Pittsburgh T, salute. Appreciate you in the cash out. Appreciate it. I mean, in the super chat. Appreciate you in the super chat, fam. Yeah, man. So that's what it comes down to, man. PBC will take care of you, but you got to go do what you got to do. And the reason why I say that is because y'all remember Adrian Broner said PBC told him that if he wants to make that they would pay him $10 million, but he got to fight King Kong. So what that translates down to is we'll pay you, but you got to fight a big name. You got to have a good, tough fight because the fights is making money. The other fights ain't making money. So Adrian Broner decides he's going to go to BLK Prime. See, that's when 7-Eleven had their meeting. And Bud and Adrian Broner ran over there trying to get back into the next meeting to go sign with BLK Prime, right? And so by doing so, it hurt his career. So that's for everybody on here. If you know a boxer or something like that, you talk to them, tell them, do not go sign your contracts at the 7-Eleven. Don't do it. It's not going to work out. Don't do it. They have meetings at the 7-Eleven back in the back where they got the slushies and the ices, and that's where a Bud signed his contract at. You see what I'm saying? And you had everybody there at the 7-Eleven signing contracts. Don't sign your contracts at the 7-Eleven. You know what I'm saying? But that's what happened. So Adrian Broner chose to go over there, right? But it makes sense. Look at it right now. Everybody right now that's fighting, PBC put their foot down and said, listen here, we will not be paying you to go out here and fight cab drivers. We over that, bro, because we losing money because it's taking a chance and we gambling. We're not gambling no more. You came out here to say you're going to be a fighter, then you're going to fight. Hot dang it. And that's what they making everybody do. Look at the whole lineup this whole year. Has anybody this whole year sandbagged this whole year? Not one person. Not one person. Everybody had to fight. And if you're going to be with PBC, you got to fight. You got to fight. You know what I'm saying? Only people that ain't got to fight is maybe Al Heyman and the rest of them back there. But if you got gloves on, bruh, you fighting. You're not fighting nobody at the concession stand. You ain't fighting a cab driver. You ain't going. We're not doing that no more. We done lost too much money for that. We done with that, bruh. And then the whole debacle last year was the last straw. You had the guy from Omaha who signed his contract at the 7-Eleven outsmarted everybody. And they said, the hell with that. Hey, Al Heyman, did he graduate from Harvard? I think he graduated from Harvard, right? Then you had Espinosa and Showtime, a big time, almost $1 billion company, Showtime, right? And Bud from Omaha and a YouTuber goes and cuts a deal at the 7-Eleven. He screwed. They signed a contract at 7-Eleven and screwed everybody out of millions. Hey, so listen, y'all. We can thank Bud. We can thank 7-Eleven. We can thank Adrian Broner. We can thank everybody for who did that whole David Avocado situation and BLK Prime because they pissed everybody off and now everybody got to fight. You know? Hey, yeah, the slushy sealed the deal, man. Hey, man, I'm telling you right now, man. Al Heyman, Showtime, Steven Espinosa, they got mad about that. Now WBC, hey, listen, Mauricio Suleiman, everybody, the WBO, everybody got shafted because everybody was like, look, we're going to lay back and we're going to let them make the deal, right? And then Bud outsmarted everybody. He said, listen, while y'all all waiting on me, I'm going to do the 42 fake out and go fight David Avocado for $10 million, which would turn out to be $2 million, right? And some food stamps in the slushy, right? He got $2 million in food stamps. He got a slushy and all of that, right? Big Gulp Promotions. Yeah, Brian. That's it. The slushy belt, right? So Bud got a slushy belt and did all of that and outsmarted everybody. Yep. And got a hot dog, right? So Bud did all of that. And then he told Earl, hey, man, while he was slurping his slushy and eating his hot dog, he said, hey, Earl, spin the block again. And so everybody like, okay, Bud, you got us the first time. You won't get us this time. So I think they all came to a conclusion. But what PBC said is, listen, we ain't messing around no more. We ain't messing around. This is when effing around and find out comes to that's what PBC said. They're not letting nobody go sign no more contracts in the 7-Eleven and outdo them. So if you with them, you with them. If you ain't, you ain't. But if you with them, you going to fight. So Adrian Broner decided he wanted to go try to make some easy money. So he left. Yeah, Diana. Yeah, you said it. Yeah, you said it. Yeah, we knew, we knew this year was going to be off the chain. We knew that. And I'm happy for PBC. I'm so happy. Hey, everybody's tired of it, man. Listen, listen, listen. All the YouTubers and everybody on YouTube has been arguing and fighting for over a year, right? Right? And Bud shafted us all. But because Bud signed that contract at the 7-Eleven with a YouTuber, we got the best in boxing. So next time y'all see Bud and them, thank them. Next time you drive past a 7-Eleven where Bud and them did their little debacle down there in the 7-Eleven and outsmarted Al Heyman and Showtime, Espinosa, and everybody else and BLK Prime, what you got to do is thank them and go buy a slushie and honor to them. Matter of fact, on fight night, I will be drinking a slushie while Spence and Crawford fight. I'm getting a slushie, bruh. I'm getting a slushie because it was because of that slushie and that whole little incident down at the 7-Eleven, PBC, Al Heyman, and Steven Espinosa said, no, F this, everybody fighting. Everybody fighting. Everybody fight. Hey, don't be surprised if you see Leonard Ellaby fighting because you see him threatening. Listen, Leonard Ellaby knows that everybody got to fight. That's why he's sitting there trying to fight the zone, Eddie Hearn. Y'all know that? Y'all know that? Listen, go back and watch it. You'll see that Leonard Ellaby, he knows they got to fight, right? So Leonard Ellaby is trying to fight this. Y'all know what I'm Eddie Hearn. Y'all know what I'm saying is the truth. You know what he said? He said he's gonna punch him. Y'all know he said that, man. Yeah, it's an excellent outcome. We all won. You know what I mean? Listen, they have done more for us in 6 months than we've been done for in the last maybe 5 years, 6 years. When have we had fights like this? We've had like 1 or 2 fights every year, 1 or 2, right? Right? We've had everybody fight, and we still got a whole lot of year left, thanks to the 7-Eleven debacle. So we need some shirts that say 7-Eleven on it with a slushie. Say, thanks to 7-Eleven and the slushies is going down, right? But I will get me a 7-Eleven. I'm going to get me a slushie. It might not be from 7-Eleven, right? Because they're not everywhere no more. Those are rare things. That's where the deals and stuff happen. Listen, if anybody near a 7-Eleven, go buy you a lottery ticket tonight and tomorrow. You might hit. 7-Elevens is hot. And then when you hit, throw your boy $1 million, man. You know what I'm saying? Look out for your boy, man. Look out for Showboating Sports, man. You see YouTube trying to take my little pennies here and there. Look out for your boy, man. Look out for me one time. Look out for your nephew one time, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's because of that stuff, all jokes aside, we got some really damn good boxing on our hands, man. You know what I mean? We got really good boxing on our hands. We got a good lineup coming up. And then y'all heard Devin Haney and Tank going back and forth, right? So Tank, you know what I'm saying, they want to send Devin Haney a contract. And Devin Haney said, hey, I'll believe it when I see it. That's what he said, right? And so, hey, they great jump in the ring. I don't care who win. Just let them fight, man. You know what I mean? They letting everybody battle it out, man. Leonard Ellaby, no matter who you are, Floyd even out there knocking out more people out there in the what's name. Everybody's coming with it at PBC. I think they had a great big old meeting, and they said, listen, if you want to be a part of this, you going to fight. Everybody. And I think that's why you ain't hearing too much from Keith Thurman. Because Keith Thurman like, nah, I just want a payday. And they like, Keith, look, we know you want a payday, bro, but you got to fight. You got to fight, bro. So everybody's got to go at it. Everybody got to go at it. Nobody gets a pass. Nobody with PBC gets a pass. Not one, but not nobody. Nobody at all. Said he still owes BLK. Yeah, I don't know, man. Hey, did BLK pay everybody? Did BLK finally pay everybody? Because you remember everybody was saying they didn't get their money from BLK. You know what I'm saying? Crawford put a hurt on BLK, bro. They lost millions on that, bro. Or, I don't know if they lost millions, but they lost some money on that one, bro. They lost money on that one. They lost some money. Bank owns BLK. Oh, so BLK, so BLK, they sold BLK. So Bud really, truly bankrupt BLK. Oh my goodness, Bud bankrupt BLK. Damn, that should have been the title tonight. You know what I mean? Because I already knew, listen, you don't come in with money, think you're going to push your weight around and get in here with this boxing money. You know what I'm saying? Everybody think they're going to come in, think it's gravy. It's not gravy because you got to, listen, Bob Arum is no joke when it comes to this, man. Bob Arum ain't going to let nobody through the door. You know what I'm saying? Al Heyman teamed up with Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather had a lot of pull. So they all work that together. That's why De La Hoya, listen, if y'all know, De La Hoya, that's why y'all see De La Hoya trying to make fights with PBC. You know what I'm saying? Well, they sold the company. Well, AAR, I don't know if they bankrupt, but they sold that company. Said, I like Devin, but Devin don't want that smoke with Tank. Now, Devin might not. I don't know, bro. I can't say Devin gonna beat Tank, but I tell you one thing, my black buddy be in the seat watching it. You know what I mean? Listen, that's a fight that I can't lose. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who wins that fight, you know? I like Devin. I like Devin because Devin's like, hey, man, I'm going over here to do what I got to do. I'm fighting my way in this thing. And Tank had Floyd, but Tank can really fight. Tank is really that dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Tank is really that dude, my guy. So him and Devin fighting, this way it gets it off the table, right? It gets it off the table. Who's the A side now? Because Tank is going to be the A side. Tank is A side. Devin just has the belt. But guess what? They need to combine that. So if Devin beats Tank, then Devin takes Tank's name. Then Devin is that guy. But if Devin loses to Tank, then we don't have to worry about saying, well, you got an undisputed champ over here. Tank will be undisputed, plus he be A side, plus he is almost the face of boxing. Reason why I say almost the face of boxing, because the winner of Errol Spence and Bud is going to be the face of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they sold the company. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go look that up. I'm gonna go check on that. I didn't know that. All I know is I haven't heard from BLK, so I didn't know. Remember, BLK did a lot of underground. I mean, they did like backyard brawls, and they did a lot of that stuff. So they was building it up. So they built their money up, and Bud caused. Hey, I can't hate on them for trying what they tried, right? But I think that they could have been they should have been a little smarter with their money to know that. The face of 7-Eleven show. Who's the face of 7-Eleven? Will Peoples? Is that what we're gonna say? Who's gonna be the face of 7-Eleven? Because 7-Eleven is good. Hey, listen, 7-Eleven hooked us all up, bro. That whole incident hooked everybody up. It made them decide. And then guess what? It made them decide to put on fights that you got to fight the best because they know that stuff sells. And Tank and Ryan Garcia just now made that set in stone. Because of that fight, and because these fights now, all these fights are making money. All of them. Yeah, Tank most definitely A-side. Yeah, the winner, Bud and Spence. Yeah, they're going to be the 7-Eleven and the face of boxing and the face of 7-Eleven. Yeah. Hey, but they did us a favor, bro. That did us a favor. Because now they're making sure that all the fights are good, hard, heavy hitting fights. You know what I'm saying? They got last year's budget and this year's budget. A lot of people didn't fight, but this year they getting them all in, bro. They getting them all in. And they got enough time right now where they can hit us again. Tank can literally fight again this year. Devin can fight at the end of the year. Ryan Garcia, you heard him and Rolly saying they could get it on, right? I think that'd be a good fight. Ryan and Rolly should be a good fight. Because then that'll get both of them, because Rolly ain't the best, but it give Ryan a good chance to show his skills off and see if he can stop Rolly. You know what I'm saying? And Rolly gonna take it serious. Rolly's gonna take that fight serious with Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Because like he took with Tank. How is it that he did what he had to do with Tank, came in and fought pretty good, but then on his next fight, and I'm talking about Rolly, he fights a 75-year-old man and gets beat up. I don't get Rolly them. He got beat up by a 75-year-old man in his next fight. Now he's calling out Ryan. But it's cool because let me tell you something. I think what PBC is doing, they're going to give Ryan that fight. And Ryan's going to get a belt, right? Now, does he deserve the belt? Who knows? But what they did was, if you take a fight with us, we'll still help you get other fights. But it's up to you to win. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you to win. So now Ryan's going to go fight Rolly, get the belt, right? That'll help boost Ryan's confidence. And wherever he goes after that is where he goes after that. You know, whoever he wants to fight next. Now, if I was Ryan, I'd be very careful who I fight next after Rolly, because he gonna knock Rolly out. He gonna hurt Rolly. Yeah, they robbed that dude. They robbed him at that point. It was the 9th round. He still had a little bit more to fight, and he was tired because he's 78 years old. You know what I'm saying? but they robbed him, and they shouldn't have stopped that fight. That fight should not have been stopped. They should have let Rolly stop that dude. Now, I don't want to hear he had a. Now, Bob Arum said he thinks that he had a bad angle. The ref had a bad angle and couldn't really see. Thought some of them was hitting him that was missing. You know, Bob tried to take up from me. I think that if you're a referee and you're not seeing what's going on, you should have took a better position. You shouldn't be guessing about it to a fight of that magnitude. You know what I'm saying? Because that's that guy's life, man. And there's a belt on the line. But as a ref, you should do it for all fights anyway. But especially a fight like that on TV, that's a high profile fight. You make sure you move around the fighters and you see what they do and what they don't do, so you can make sure that those punches are in fact landing. You know what I'm saying? The guy was 80 years old and was beating Rolly up. And I don't want to hear that dude was 40, because that dude wasn't 40. That dude has been past 40 for at least a good 10, 15 years, man. You know what I'm saying? He was 40, 15, 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? That dude is 60 something. That dude's close to 60, man. He trying to feed his family, man. And they robbed that dude. They should let that dude go out on his shield. If Rolly could have put him on that shield. You know what I mean? Because he could have got his second win and just knocked Rolly on out. You know what I'm saying? He could have. But Rolly thought it was going to be an easy fight. Rolly thought it was going to be an easy fight. And PBC ain't playing this year. PBC is showing you they are not playing. You are going to fight. And we're going to put you in there with fighters. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to fight. Yeah, that was somebody's granddad for real, dude. That dude is somebody's granddad. I'm with you. Listen, I don't care what y'all say. That was somebody's granddaddy in there beating up on Rolly, man. That was somebody's granddad. Now, I don't know where Rolly goes after this. You know what I mean? Because I can't say Rolly is a gatekeeper. After Ryan beats Rolly up, Rolly ain't a gatekeeper. He ain't good enough to be a gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? Rolly likes playing around, but he does sell fights. And Rolly has a pretty good personality. And everybody, and a lot of people want to see Rolly get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? You know? But Rolly lived up to his, he exceeded my expectations for him fighting Tank. I thought Tank was going to go in there and I thought Rolly wasn't going to do nothing but try to be dirty, try to go in there and do some dirty stuff. But Rolly went and boxed and looked decent. But you can see where his amateur ways got him knocked out. That 75-year-old man was fighting awkward. Them punches were coming from strange angles. hey, they were. And guess what? Rolly couldn't make the adjustments. Rolly couldn't do nothing, man. Rolly was in there praying that they would stop that fight. And his prayers was answered. Yeah. That old man put the hurt on Rolly, man. And now Rolly gonna run in there and fight Ryan Garcia. But I understand why Rolly's doing it. Rolly knows if that 80-year-old man beat Rolly up like that, Rolly know his time is about up. You know what I'm saying? So Rolly look at it like, hey, I want another payday. I got a belt. I might as well take another payday. Because you don't want to lose to somebody and make $100,000. You want to fight Ryan Garcia and hopefully make about $500,000 or $1 million off that fight because you the champ. Only person beat you was Tank. They play that up a little bit, and you go to war with Ryan. You know what I mean? And Ryan with Derrick James, that's the perfect fight for Ryan to take with his first match with Derrick James, is with Rolly. And Rolly going to sleep. My money's on Ryan Garcia, dog. I'm pulling for Ryan. On that one, bro. And Rolly is going to get beat. And if Rolly needs to get knocked out. Because if he don't get knocked out, he's going to be a punching bag for 12 rounds. And that's going to make Rolly look, that's going to make Ryan look like the old De La Hoya. Ryan's going to look even better than the old De La Hoya because he's going to be throwing jabs. He's going to be doing all kind of stuff. Because you know with Derrick James have you do the basics, right? So guess what? He is going to look like a superhero in there beating up on Rolly. Rolly's going to take a butt whooping that y'all can't even imagine coming. And I'm telling you that. Ryan is going to put it on Rolly. Rolly's going to be in there trying to be physical and stuff, but Derrick James going to get Ryan right. He's going to get him right enough to beat Rolly. You know what I'm saying? But I don't mind Rolly because Rolly look at it like, hey, I'm just trying to get another payday, bro. I'm trying to get another payday. Rolly has conned his way into big, high-profile fights. You know what I'm saying? He conned his way into fighting Tank Davis. Rolly did that. And Well, he ain't say almost. He tried to talk his way into getting beat up by Spence. What did he say? I want Errol Spence Jr. I want Errol Spence Jr. You know what I mean? Everybody like, wow, for real? You know what I mean? Entertaining the idea. All Rolly doing is doing a cash grab. He came from an amateur and he's making plenty of money. Yeah, that fight gonna be hella comedy. It's gonna be comedy because Rolly gonna be running. Listen, Ryan gonna beat the hell out of Rolly. Ryan is gonna beat the crap right out of Rolly, bruh. Rolly cannot mess with Ryan, especially not after Derek James. That's the perfect fight for Ryan to come back with Derek James. You don't need Ryan to go in there and fight no Josh Taylor or Regis Prograis. You don't need that the first fight. You don't need that first fight. You gotta get acclimated. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna get acclimated in there. Derek James gonna have him right. Because I don't think Derek James would have took Ryan Garcia on as a client if Ryan Garcia wouldn't take it seriously. Because it's gonna make Derek James look bad, and Derek James don't need the money. So there's something that Ryan told Derek James to make Derek James to take him. Because Derek James said he don't want a lot of people anyway. You already got AJ. I don't know what the status of AJ is. Now you got Spence coming up with Bud. So everything stops for that fight right now. You know what I mean? Oh, and I think Frank Martin might be fighting on that undercard. So Derek gonna work Earl at the beginning and Frank Martin at the end. You know what I'm saying? And so Ryan gonna go in there and beat the hell out of Rolly, which is cool. I'm cool with that. Go in there and beat the hell out of Rolly. You know what I mean? Get your confidence back, young man. You know what I'm saying? But then after that, it's gonna hurt Rolly's career. Rolly don't care. Rolly get another fight or two. So Rolly just want to make a little bit of money here and there. And Rolly had a belt. Rolly had some belts. So he cool with that. Rolly's cool with that. Because Rolly will never get his hands on any of the belts that Devin Haney's got. Because if Tank wins them, Rolly can't beat Devin. And if Tank beats Devin, he won't get it from Tank. You already know that. He won't get it from Shakur Stevenson. So he can't get those. And at 140, well, I mean, that's all he can do what he's up there doing now. As soon as he loses his belt, he probably never be champion again. I don't know. Yeah, Ryan gonna do Rolly real bad. Ryan is gonna show out on him. Everything y'all used to see Ryan do with Flash, with hitting the punching bag, swinging behind his back, doing it. He gonna do all that with Rolly. He gonna throw his punch behind and around his back and connect with Rolly. He's gonna do everything that you thought he should have tried to do with Tank. That's what Ryan's gonna do. His confidence is going to go through the roof. All that sparring that he's going to be doing in there with Frank Martin, with Earl, and all them getting him in there, getting him ready, it's going to go down. It's going to go down. If it's in his heart. Let me put that out there. Let me put this out there. If it is in Ryan's heart. And the reason why I say that, because they can't make you come to the gym. They can't make you listen to everything they say. I'm sure they had a talk with him before they all agreed to do this. I'm sure they did. But if Ryan ain't doing right, then they're going to say they parted ways. You know what I'm saying? But Ryan got to really want it. Ryan got to really want that. Rolly got his own judge. Yeah, Rolly does. Well, no. He got his own referee. Say Ryan ain't going to be stuck on Rolly, though. Yeah, he is. Ryan going to be in there showboating. Listen. That's my name of this channel, showboating. And that's what Ryan going to be in there doing. He going to be doing the Muhammad Ali showboating and Sugar Ray Leonard. You know how they be showboating around the ring, trying to show off and winding up and doing all that stuff that Roy Jones did? That's what Ryan Garcia is going to do. He's going to have his coming back party on Rolly. He is. And he's going to beat the hell out of Rolly. And I'm there for it. I'm going to watch it. I'm with it. I'm like, hey, welcome back party. It's a welcome back party for Ryan Garcia. Welcome back. And I think that that he's going to leave PBC. I think he's going to leave Golden Boy for PBC. Because I was watching this interview that De La Hoya did, and they was asking about Ryan. And they said, have you talked to Ryan? He said, no, I haven't talked to Ryan yet. He said, but I'm going to meet with Ryan because I got him like 4 or 5 fights lined up that I think will be good for Ryan. And they said, well, can you talk about the fights? He's like, nah, I can't talk about those fights because you know how that is. De La Hoya was just lying. He ain't even talked to Ryan. Talking about, I want to talk to Ryan. Yeah, he wants to keep Ryan and get Ryan to sign back, but I don't think Ryan going to sign back. I think Ryan going to go to PBC, bro. If he's smart, he will. But like I said, it all goes back down to what's in Ryan's heart. Because I don't know what's in Ryan's heart, man. You know what I mean? Because when you start making a lot of money, you get a lot of fame, is that hunger still there? Does Ryan really have that hunger? You know what I'm saying? And I can't say I saw that hunger there when he was in the ring with Tank. I liked how he came at Tank. He got aggressive, but when Tank started hitting him back and Ryan started feeling that, it looked like he started getting overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? And I hope it didn't. Hopefully, it don't. I don't think it broke his spirits, but hopefully it didn't. But I think Tank was too much of a step up for all them layoffs and stuff you did. You know what I'm saying? Ryan just took too much time off. Ryan wasn't taking it serious. Tank takes it serious. And Tank even said that. Tank said, listen, Ryan asked me after the fight, now can we be friends? He was like, no. He's like, man, Ryan's a good guy, man. Ryan don't need to be a boxer. So what he's saying about Ryan is Ryan doesn't show that mental grit, that mental a dog in him. You know what I mean? That roughness. You know what I mean? Now you ain't got to go out there and try to fight everybody outside the ring. I get it. Got to be mutual respect. But I think what Tank is seeing is a little weakness in Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Is Ryan? I think Ryan has that he wants to be liked and loved by everybody. You know what I'm saying? And Ryan, you know what I mean? He's a likable guy, but you got to be able to switch that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like De La Hoya. De La Hoya was a ladies' man, but De La Hoya was going to go in there and knock your brains out. De La Hoya was about that life in that boxing ring. All them guys are. You know what I'm saying? Shane Mosley, De La Hoya, everybody, all them guys. Hell, even Mikey Garcia is nice. Mikey Garcia turns it on. Now, Terrence Crawford is always evil. Terrence Crawford has that I'm ready to fight at any given moment right now. You look at me wrong. Terrence Crawford is that. That's just who Terrence Crawford is. This is his mentality. Terrence Crawford has that, you know? A lot of them guys have that, you know? A lot of them guys have it. I don't know if Ryan's got it. I'm not saying that Ryan doesn't, but just when Brian took that body shot, man, it kind of scares me on Ryan because I think Ryan could have gotten up. I didn't take the body shot, so I'm not throwing it off on there. But I'm just saying I think Ryan could have tried to get up a little bit. You know what I mean? Ryan was like, I'm taking a knee and I'm done. It's just like he just was like, I'm done with it. You know what I mean? But I don't know. And they said he was already injured and Tank hit him right back in that spot. Yeah, Brian is. He said, if I'm your prize fighter, you leave me at the post press conference because of death threats, no chances I'm talking to you ever again. I'm not signing with you, bruh. I'm not signing with you. I agree. Hey. I gotta give you applause for that one, bro. That's a good statement. And Ryan Garcia, he lost Ryan Garcia. De La Hoya lost a lot. A lot of people lost respect for De La Hoya behind that, man. He said De La Hoya was everyone's man / woman. Yeah. De La Hoya was with this stuff, man. Yeah. So with De La Hoya leaving Ryan out there at that press conference, man, you don't want a promoter's gonna do you like that, man. That was there with you. Now, if you like some of them and you like, I'm never there, you know what I mean? But you know, man, you don't want them to do that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just crazy, man. It's just sad, man. You don't do his first loss and you do him like that, all because he wants to have a fight and step up and try for greatness. You know what I mean? He wanted Tank. He wanted to test himself. And that's why I say, man, I salute Ryan for that. I salute him for that. You know? And De La Hoya, Bernard Hopkins, all them left that dude there. That's sad, man. And Bernard Hopkins know he's wrong for that. Bernard, hey, and did y'all not hear that they said, I don't know how true it is. Listen, I am not saying that this is factual. So I'm gonna say, y'all heard the same thing that I heard, that Bernard Hopkins was trying to rub testosterone on Tank or rub something on Tank. Because you remember at the press conference, Bernard Hopkins came around and tried to grab Tank, and he was like, I was trying to split them apart. And they're like, we don't need you to do that. And I thought that was odd. You're going to go over there and pull Tank back instead of pulling your own fighter back. Why the hell would you do that? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they was cheating. I'm not going to put that out there. I don't know. But I'm just saying they threw that out there. But I thought that was kind of odd that Bernard Hopkins, instead of getting on Ryan Garcia's side and getting in between or pulling him back that way, you're going to go around on Tank's side. Tank is not your fighter. You do not put your hands on another fighter. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going to do all of that on stage, and when your fighter loses, you had someplace you had to be, Then De La Hoya said, oh, yeah, he had someplace he had to be and I was getting death threats. Nothing is more important than that night. Y'all knew what listen, y'all had nothing lined up after that. Nothing. Said the PBC reps last said they only restricted ring access for Bernard. Yeah, they said that. So, and De La Hoya said that Bernard wasn't supposed to be there. You know what I mean? So there's something more to it. You know? Now I'm not gonna put it on that he had testosterone on his hands. I'm not gonna put that out there, but it was something to that. It was something to that, bro. And then when the fight is over with, y'all don't. Yeah. So Bernard couldn't be up there because of that, but De La Hoya wasn't up there. So two of them wasn't up there. So Bernard couldn't be there because they put some restraining order on something like that on there. I knew it was something. Forgot what it was. I'm glad you cleared that up for me. That's exactly what it was. He couldn't be up there. But then De La Hoya said, I couldn't be there because I was getting death threats days before that or right before that. You in there with all these celebrities, so you know security is up to the wazoo because you put the security in place. De La Hoya was part of all of that. So he knows security was there, right? So you mean to tell me at the post press conference, you thought somebody's going to come in there and do something to you at the post press conference? You thought somebody wants you so bad, they're going to unalive you on TV, unalive you in that arena in front of everybody. What did you do? What did you do? Did you run off with the plug? Did you run off from the plug? Did you do that? Yeah, he couldn't be in the actual ring. Yeah, but they were saying he couldn't. De La Hoya made it seem like he couldn't be up there at the post press conference too. That he couldn't be up or around Tank, like up there in there or up there on stage. That's what De La Hoya was trying to say. Yeah, Brian is. I'm glad you said. Yeah. That's what De La Hoya said. But at the end of the day, we all know that's bull because that didn't take De La Hoya out of there. Yeah. Oscar is a pathological. Yep. He sure is. He is. But that's De La Hoya, man. And it comes back to the way we started this conversation. We're going to go back to that. De La Hoya, if you see that, congrats to Errol Spence Jr. for his new manager/advisor. That's more of De La Hoya putting out there, putting more stir in the pot. De La Hoya is messy. Yeah, he needs profound intervention. Yeah, he needs something, man. De La Hoya needs to go take his wigs and his red bottoms and go on over there and do what he got to do, man. Leave these fighters alone, man. You had these fighters, but you was too busy in your lingerie and red bottoms with your lace fronts, and you upset because these boxers don't want to be with you no more. You know what I'm saying? So De La Hoya should just go buy a new lace front and be done with that. You know what I'm saying? Go buy a new lace front. Go get you some more red bottoms and a lace front and stay out of other people's business, man. You didn't do right by Errol Spence when you had all them guys. You treat them bad. So they broke up with you. You scarred. You scarred. You act like a battered housewife. You know what I'm saying? It's bad. You know, it's wrong. It's wrong. Yeah, he told King Ryan not to take the fight, but at the end of the day, he works for King Ryan. And King Ryan decided, I want to take a shot at this because what if I win? You know? He had on pumps and stuff. Yeah. He had on pumps. He had them red bottom pumps on. He had on them fishnets, and he had on that lace front. And he's upset because all his boxers left. So every time you turn around, De La Hoya is throwing punches. Every time you turn around, he does it to, and he also does it to Dana White. So Dana White hates hates him, hates Oscar De La Hoya. He goes back and forth with him all the time. You know what I'm saying? Oscar De La Hoya acts like he does nothing wrong, but Oscar De La Hoya done some bad stuff over the time. But anyway, so this is what we got to play for tonight. You know, we got to do this on our nightly thing. So this is for everybody in the chat.
Oh, well, everybody know who I want next. I want Terrence Crawford next.
You're going to make that happen?
Huh?
You're going to make that happen?
Oh, definitely. That's the fight that I want. That's the fight everybody else want. Like I said, I'm going to get these straps and I'm going to go over there and take his shit too.
All right. Errol, congratulations. Terrific fight this evening.
Thank you. Man down. Strap CG. I know what time it is, baby. Terrence, I'm coming for that motherfucking belt.
All right, guys, man. I appreciate everybody that's been here tonight. That's all for me, guys. So if you guys are new in here from the channel, man, please hit the like, subscribe, and share button, man. Help the channel keep growing. For everybody that has pitched in the super chats and all that stuff, man. Thank you guys for keeping the channel rolling. I appreciate everybody that's participated tonight. Hey, man, this circus goes on and on, guys. That's how we do it, man. So we do this every weeknight at 10 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you guys tune in. We'll be back on tomorrow night, and we're going to get this thing popping once again. So you guys have a good night. We say what we say, and we stand on that. That's straight up, no chaser. So until tomorrow night, peace, fight, fam. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, share button. Catch up with you guys later, man. Y'all all have a good one, man. Peace. I am out.